All right. Welcome back, my fellow agents. Welcome back to Zenrama, the podcast of heroes and monsters. Today we are going to be talking about one of the not good, not even that much fun giant monster movies. We are going to be talking about the final original Gamera movie from the first run, the Showa era, if you will. It's not the final Gamera movie, but it's the final original one, I suppose. Gamera Super Monster comes after this, but not for another 9 years. We are going to be talking, unfortunately, about Gamera versus Zigra. And yeah, there are good things about it, but this is a rough one. So, having said all that, please like, share, subscribe. If you can get through this, the farthest you can get through this, the better. Thank you very much. And let me know what you think about the movie. Leave me a comment. And like I said, if you can watch all the way through the end, you're probably a better agent than I am. So, are you ready? Let's dive into 1971's Gamera versus Zigra.
Zigra, a creature from outer space, plans to take over the Earth.
All you Earth creatures, you must surrender at once.
Modern weapons are useless against his powers. The fate of mankind hangs in the balance. Gamera versus Zigra.
All you Earth creatures, you must surrender at once.
Zigra plans to enslave the Earth in Gamera versus Zigra.
So the movie starts out pretty promisingly. A nice moon set here. I did get this copy off the Internet Archive, and it was subtitled, so I left the subtitles on. Subtitles, the original Japanese language makes it more tolerable, far more tolerable than the horrific English dub that Sandy Frank graced us with. And it's a nice widescreen presentation. But right away, the Zigra spaceship shows up. And this is not the craggy moon from even 1968's Destroy All Monsters. It's far more representative of what the moon actually looks like. But Zigra just blows up the lunar base. There's a nice shot of it, and there it's grabbing the excuse me, the spaceship that our heroine is on, or well, the villain for the most part. But then we get the credits. Now here's the Sandy Frank credits there. 1971. It was originally released in July 17th, 1971. It would not be released in this country for 16 years. King Features Syndicate, King Features Entertainment, 1987 on the Celebrity Home Kids or Kids, I don't know. It was a revelation because we wanted to see it. Boy, did we want to see it. But originally it was released July 17th, 1971. It was Daiei's final movie. They didn't even release it. It had to be released by another company because they went bankrupt. It runs 87 minutes, and I've condensed it down here. Directed by Noriaki Yuasa, and we'll get to the cast here as it comes up. There's our two lead scientists. Tom Wallace there, and that's played by Koji Fujiyama, and Isamu Saeki as Dr. Yosuke Ishikawa. And so it's their kids that are running around obnoxiously. And I'm impressed that the subtitles got that right because killer whales are not whales, they are dolphins. And we got some sea lions here being adorable. And that is, I believe, Mrs. Ishikawa and his daughter, whose name doesn't come up here at all. But just the scenery is still gorgeous. It's shot very well. It's just Kyoko is who's this? Says who's Kyoko? Doesn't even say. Oh no, Reiko Kasahara is Kyoko Ishikawa. That's his daughter. And they find out these two stowaways who've eaten all their food, apparently. And in the dub, that's little Gloria Zollner, and her older sister is Arlene Zollner, but she's Helen Wallace. These two kids have no personality. That's, I mean, I'm pretty generous to kids in monster movies if they're not dopes like Lope or Pepe or, just the kid, the kid from the Black Scorpion, the kid from, Lope's not too bad in Valley Guanji. Actually, he's pretty okay. I take that back. Pepe, I don't remember his name, Pepe or not, but the kid in the Black Scorpion, he needs to be eaten by the scorpion. But these two kids are right there along with him. They just, considering the movie before this was Gamera versus Monster X slash Jiger, who had two fun kids, and I believe one of them was actually the older Helen's older brother, but don't quote me on that. They see the spaceship. It goes right, and so does the. Apparently, it doesn't have a cloaking device. These Zigrans are not the smartest monsters in the world. Down it goes, and then Gamera shows up. Little girl Helen doesn't like Gamera. In the dub, apparently she asks for a Pepsi or a Coke or something the whole time. She asks for a Coke once in the subtitles, but I haven't watched that dub, and I probably never will again. This will probably be the last time I watch this movie. They're mean to each other too. Now, he probably called her a silly little idiot, but the subtitles. So there it is, nice shot there. And then the Zigrans zap them, and we get aboard the Zigran spacecraft. The first time I watched it in full screen, and it looked about like this. It was just about as fuzzy because it was on an EP VHS, a VHS recorded in EP mode, 6 hours. But you can tell that this is the alien. The whole ship is kind of the alien or something. And there's Woman X, who is played by Eiko Yanami. She's being brain controlled, of course. So this movie has all the tropes that we've come to expect. Somebody under the control of the alien. The aliens immobilize Gamera, or the monster does, of somehow. All of them are here. The sets are nice and colorful, but they just stand around a lot and talk. Zigra tells, Woman X tells the people of Earth that the power of Zigra, they want to take over the Earth. Yeah, they're worried that the humans will. The sea has cobalt; it's full of mercury. Too many fumes in the oxygen, so they want the Earth because the people are just going to ruin it. We saw that in Godzilla on Monster Island / Godzilla versus Gigan too. We're just going to ruin it. We're not going to let you. They have a point. So the doctor tells what is true, and then she does her finger snap and puts him in a coma. Don't look at her eyes. The kid, and he says, I know, Helen, a lot. Let's run away. But they get the people in the coma can be led. They won't run into anything. They'll just walk, but they don't have any. I don't remember why she freezes, though, unless they reflected it, but off they go. Back to Earth. I did like this. The spaceship's easy compared to a engine. And see, there he is. There's a ship, but Zigra blows up the ship, and there it looks the giant shark thing. They played into this, as you saw in the trailer or whatever that was, and you'll see a few more of them at the end. But nice effects. I mean, it's not great, but there he is. Gamera. Gamera rescues them, rescues children. Now she loves Gamera. I mean, she's a cute girl. The kids are cute. They're just, I mean, they just don't look like they're really into it. And maybe that could be because they probably were getting paid in hamburgers or something. Who knows? Nice crash landing. See, the effects are decent. Really nicely done shot here with the miniature right next to Gamera. And now they think they're back in time. And they run into an old man. So the year is 1991. So it's set 20 years into the future. Maybe Gamera hasn't been around for 20, since Expo 70. Hard to believe, but he knows. He's like, here's my radio. So they're trying to get the kids out of. They want to know what the kids know about Zigra, and they're smarmy to adults. See, I'm allergic to this movie. I think this is probably the fourth time I've ever seen it. Twice dubbed, and twice in subtitles. They can't figure out how to bring him out of their comas. Army. That's just his name, Army Defense Commander. So they do have some stock footage here. I don't know if these were miniatures or not, but Zigra just zaps them all and blows them up. And there's Woman X. I mean, really, again, look at the way it's beautifully shot. I love the scenery, and it's cheaper to film outside. There's a panic, and the hotel manager has a problem with the guy who takes care of the seals and whales. So this is the comedy relief, and he's actually a bit funny. But he picks up Woman X just because she's in a bikini. She changes clothes quite a bit here. She looks better in the Space Woman outfit. But she does her finger snap and puts a whole bunch of people. And Tokyo Tower is gone. Gamera. So she's supposed to kill the kids because they know too much, but they've already told everything they know, and they're dopes. And then we get this endless chase that goes on and on and on. She puts all the grown-ups back to sleep. They whine a lot. And the subtitle just says on Gamera here, they have a fight here with the spaceship. He blows up the spaceship. Zigra comes out. So we finally get Zigra. This is about 45 minutes into the movie. And Woman X is still chasing the kids. Now we get due to the atmospheric difference, Zigra grows huge and can no longer return to the Zigra star. So he flings him around a bit. He stands up, zaps him, falls into the water, into the bay. Now, when you'll see this, there's both. Well, that might be his tail, but now, yeah. So Zigra is all gigantic, and he's telling the people of Earth, I guess telepathically, Dimrent. So the subtitles weren't exactly perfect here. I don't know if this was a fan sub or not. I do have the Blu-ray set from Arrow, which is beautiful, but it would not play properly in my Blu-ray player for the computer, so that's why I use this one. So one foot is sticking up, and look at he's like 10 yards into that is one steep drop off from this bay. At least 60 at least 55 meters probably. He thinks he's beautiful. Gotta admire an alien monster who knows his worth, and they finally figure out that the sonar, and they use sonar to wake up the gentleman. See, it does after causing them a amount of pain. See what I mean? She's still chasing, but the whales, the orcas sonar makes her snap back to normal. Last thing she remembers is being on the moon. It was on a great set, not in a bad movie. Her name's Chikako Sugawara, a geologist. So, because the moon rocks too. But he's not dead. I mean, they just pose them like this, and they don't act like kids. All the other kids, the other actors in the movie, even Toshio in the first one, the loon as August, the kook. That's what August calls him. He's a kook. Was a better actor than this. Now this is Arlene, Gloria's older sister Arlene, and then that is his mom, right there. So down they go in a bathysphere. So once again, somebody has to go rescue Gamera. This time it's not the kids, it's the grown-ups there. I love this shot here. They're trying to revive him with sonar waves, but that doesn't work. Behave now. Zigra shows up. They can't get out. They can't go up. Zigra's got him right there in between its beak and its, I guess, horn. Taking him into the Japan Deep, which I assume is similar to the Mariana Trench. So it's like 10,000 meters down, but they have an hour's worth of air, and they're trying to save the kids. But they find out that Zigra doesn't like light, which is why it stays down there. So, of course, the effects in here are good. If they'd have condensed this movie, maybe 15 minutes, they wouldn't have to spend so much money on it. But, because, and Gamera gets revived not by the human effort at all, or by children, or by men, or humans, grown-ups, but by lightning. Kazap wakes him up. Lightning on the foot, that is. And this is Margie Wallace's, Arlene Zollner, her big line. She looks just like her little sister, looks a lot like her. And he sneaks up. Gamera, there are some fun moments here, but you know, at 80, it's just not. It's like everyone knew this was it, and they were half-assing it, especially the kids. But I think the effects team did a good job. There's just almost like this, just the identical shot, just him there, and they replace it with these where they get the people out. Off we go to the final battle. Ray stopped all, so they're going to give the kids electrical shocks, which they probably enjoyed. So finally, we confront each other, and Gamera bleeds. Staple. Lots of blood. Sliced up here. He must have a healing factor like Wolverine's. Although he predates Wolverine by a good 3 or 4 years. But he bleeds a lot, and that's underwater because you can't fake that. And the first thing she asks for is some juice. Now, in the dub, she might have asked for some soda or something. I don't know. I'll never know. You can't make me watch it again. You can't make me. You can't make me. You tell him, Gilligan. So the fight begins, and he plays music. See, this is just dumb. I mean, if I'd have seen it at 8 years old, I might have liked it more. And if it had been dubbed by Tetra Titan, would have been better. Couldn't have been worse. But just tighten up lose most of that chase sequence because it just went on. And then that's it. Gamera just roasts him, and that is it. It's like, fried fish tonight, but he disappears completely. Nice little shot there, process shot. Goodbye, Gamera. And they thank him. The grown-ups say, Zigra was sent here to teach us a lesson. And the song is playing. We all know the Gamera theme song, which I can't play because YouTube will say, the subtitles crack me up. And that is the end. But yeah, YouTube won't let me play it. But they'll let me put on the Sandy Frank stuff. I don't know why. So, my fellow agents, that is the final. We do have one more Showa Gamera movie to review, and we'll do that in the future. But this is X7, and until our next assignment, I'm signing off, phasing out.
Man's race for outer space backfires as Earth becomes the next target of the evil extraterrestrial Zigra.
We must conquer them.
This high-tech wizard reveals his savage plot to conquer the planet.
I shall cause the greatest earthquake the world has ever witnessed.
Men, women, and children have lost all remaining hope of salvation until... Look, up in the sky, it's... Gamera! Yes, it's Gamera, the gigantic turtle from another world. And who, cleverly disguised as a flaming flying saucer, stands for peace, truth, and the death of Zigra. Well, guys, what do you think?
It's barbaric, savage.
It's a close encounter of dueling aliens. A war of the stars. It's Gamera versus Zigra. And it's a shoo-in for a sequel.